Okay, so we're doing a butterfly image in PicsArt. So we're just going to click the plus sign and click edit. So this is the image that we're going to be doing. The way I did that was I went to free images, hit butterfly, and then I just went through here and I picked a butterfly that I liked, and I paid attention to where it was placed on the photo. You don't want a butterfly really close to the edge because then you're going to have to either clone or mess with your cropping. So you want something that's going to make a fairly easy circle crop for you. And so this one is going to be a easy circle crop. So just so people know, when people are telling you to do a square fit over here, basically what that's going to do is it's going to put your photo into a square. So you click on that, and from here you can also use two fingers to make your photo smaller or larger. Okay, so let me go ahead and extend that. We're going to press apply, and so now this is a photo that we're working with. So I have it into a square that I can easily crop, and let's do that next. So actually, let's go to the FX effects. Here, this is where you can apply those filters. So if you find a coloring that you kind of like better, the HDR2 always adds a nice little effect to graphics. Magic, these are different artistic filters. So it's going to do your entire photo in this type of texture. This helps out when you have two pictures where you're saying like, hey, can you merge these two pictures together, and the clone job isn't that great. You can kind of disguise it using an artistic filter and it still looks good in the finished product. So we might actually use one of these filters to make the second one. I like what it's doing to the backdrop, so let's do this one. Yeah, I like this one. So we're going to keep it like this. We're going to hit apply. And then we're going to here go to tools, and we're going to do a shape crop. And the shape crop needs to be a circle. And I have yet to find a way to make sure my circle is even on PicsArt. So really you just have to slowly drag your finger and get it as perfect a circle as you can. You can always adjust it when you upload your photo to the atlas. You can make sure it's correct. So we're going to follow the rule of thirds, and we're going to put our butterfly up there in the top right quadrant because I'm going to do my text along this bottom edge. So you can choose to have a border if you want. If you don't want, doesn't matter. I don't mind the border on this, so we'll go ahead and save it. And then I'm going to save this completely. And then to do my text, I'm going to move to Phonto. I don't particularly like PicsArt on an iPhone. So if you're working with an Android, you can curve text and do all that in PicsArt, but I prefer Phonto for it. So let's see if it actually saved before that ad. Click the camera, go to photo albums. We're gonna click on this last butterfly we just did. And so you can come through here and you can add another filter for it if you want. The chrome one is kind of neat on the graphics. So let's hit done. And then we're gonna add a font here. So let's put just breathe. And I don't know if you want a capital B or if you want it to be just breathe, period. That it all depends on the customer and what you're actually doing for them. So, and it's all right to get specifics from them. Say, hey, do you want a script? Do you want it to be print? Do you want a very bold font? I mean, just ask them. It's better to ask them for specifics up front than have to do the same graphic over and over again. So I kind of like this script right here. So we're going to curve it. So we slide this over and you have this curve option, and I'm going to curve it to go underneath the butterfly for now. So let's see how it looks underneath there. Let's go over here to style. Style is where you can add the border to your text, and it's going to zoom in so you can see exactly what you're doing. So it actually looks kind of nice with that. You can kind of play around with the peaks. The yellow might be fun if you do your font a black. So let's see how that looks. Okay, so let's try out that, see what it looks like. So there we have Just Breathe. So say you want this tilted and curved in opposite directions. So tilt it up to 90 degrees, and let's go ahead and move it to this side of the butterfly. Let's go to the curve option and curve it the opposite way. So now we can kind of play around with it. The thing with curving, if you're curving around an object, so see here, the breathe kind of goes into the butterfly. So if you want, you can actually go in here and you can erase breathe. And you can actually deal with these on a case-by-case basis. So let's say we want Just Breathe curved around the butterfly. Let's go to tilt just this way, and we're going to put it right here on this area, and we're going to take off the curve because we want it to go along that wing, if that makes any sense. So there we go. And then we're going to add in breathe in a different bracket. So let's put breathe in right here. A good thing to note when you do this is it's going to take away the settings that you had. So you have to go back into style, you have to go back into choosing the text, back into stroke, picking the color. So you want to make sure you remember kind of what you did. Write it down on a little notebook paper. So let's say we want the Just Breathe, and then we want this breathe kind of curved around this butterfly down here. So let's go to curve. Okay, and so let's see if we can now move the breathe to be in a different way. So once you get one, I think it's a little rough curved that much. So let's go back over here. There you go. So we have a Just Breathe, and if you think that it'll look better with this just angled up with it, then just go back out of here, move the just, and curve it along with the Just Breathe. So it's all about personal preference at this rate. Just do what you like, what your customer likes. You can curve it up around the top of the wing, so if you wanted it up here. If you're going to do around the top, then I'd move your butterfly down to the bottom. But let me tilt this just a little bit more to this way. There. Okay, and I actually like that right there. So now we're just going to save it. Yeah, so save image, and then if you want to come back in here and, sorry guys, I guess you have to watch this ad since I do. If you want to come back here and play around with the fonts, then go ahead, come in here and scroll through. Don't be worried about trying out different ones. Sometimes you'll find one that actually looks better. So in this case, you could work it out where you do just in one texture, and then you can do breathe in a different font. So something like that looks nice too. So don't be afraid to play around with it. So now, since we changed that font, the curve can be just a little bit more around the wing. But there we go. So if y'all have any questions, comment below. And guys, if y'all don't want to have to search the Facebook page, just subscribe to this channel. And that way you'll be notified when there's a new video, and you'll be able to go from there. So I'm going to make my just a little bit bigger since I'll probably post this image for her. Okay. So, but yeah, if y'all have any questions, comment below. Thanks, guys.